everyone, and welcome. Get ready because today we are going to talk about the most powerful, most important substance on our entire planet. Seriously, it's like a real-life superhero that's all around us. And our adventure? Well, it starts right now.
Okay, so I've got a riddle for you. Ready? What has three different forms, is pretty much everywhere you look, and is something you absolutely, positively cannot live without? Any ideas?
If you were thinking water, you got it. You're exactly right. Get this, a massive 75% of our planet is covered in it. That's huge. Imagine the Earth is a big pizza with 4 slices. 3 of those slices would be pure water. And it's not just out there in the oceans and rivers, water is a giant part of every single living thing, and that includes you. Yep, from the biggest, tallest trees all the way down to the tiniest little bugs, everything, and I mean everything on Earth, needs our superhero, water, just to stay alive.
Okay, so let's talk about its first awesome superpower. You see, water is basically a master of disguise. It's a total shapeshifter. It can actually change into 3 totally different forms. Come on, let's take a look. First up, we have its solid form. So when water gets really, really cold, it freezes, right? It becomes ice. Think about that crunch of snow under your boots, or the ice cubes clinking in your lemonade, or even that pretty frost you see on a window in the winter. All of that's our superhero, water, just in its solid costume.
Then, of course, there's the form we all know and love, liquid. This is the water we drink, the water we swim in. It's the water you see in rivers and lakes and crashing down in the ocean waves. It's the one we see most of the time, just doing its thing, splashing and flowing. And now for its coolest trick. When water gets hot enough, it does a disappearing act. Poof! It boils and turns into a gas we call water vapor or steam. And get this, it's invisible. You can sometimes see the steam coming from a teapot, but water vapor is actually floating all around us, right now, in the air we're breathing. How cool is that? So what's water's next superpower? Well, this one's amazing. Water never stays in one place. It's on a non-stop, epic adventure that we call the water cycle. And here's how that whole journey works. Okay, so this awesome journey has 4 main parts. Ready? First, the sun heats up water on the ground and pulls it up into the sky. That's called evaporation. Then, up in the sky where it's cold, that water vapor gets together and forms clouds. We call that condensation. But then, the clouds get super heavy and they have to let the water go. It falls back to Earth as rain or snow. That's precipitation. And finally, all that water gathers back up in rivers and oceans, and guess what? The whole adventure starts all over again. That last part is collection. All right, you ready for the next mind-blowing power? Water is often called the universal solvent. Now that sounds super fancy, but it just means it's really, really good at dissolving stuff. It's pretty much the ultimate mixer.
So to get how this works, you just need to know 2 words. First, there's the solute. Think of that as the ingredient, like sugar or salt. Then you've got the solvent. That's the mixer, the thing that does the dissolving. And our superhero, water, is one of the best mixers there is. Let's pretend we're making a potion. First step, you take your ingredient, which is our solute. Let's say a spoonful of sugar.
Okay, step 2. You add that solute, that sugar, right into the solvent. So we're just pouring the sugar into a glass of water. And then, poof, just like magic, give it a little stir, and the sugar just disappears. It's dissolved. And what you have now is called a solution. You just saw water's mixing power happen right before your eyes. So we can all agree water is a pretty amazing superhero, right? But you know what? Even the strongest superheroes need help sometimes. And that brings us to a really important mission. A mission for every single one of us. We have to protect our water. Now listen to this, because it's important. Even though there's so much water on Earth, only a teeny tiny little bit of it is safe for us to drink. We call that potable water. That's the good stuff. It's clean, it's clear, and it doesn't have any yucky germs or chemicals in it. And like any good superhero story, there's a villain. And water's #1 enemy is pollution. I'm talking about nasty stuff like chemicals from factories, garbage and waste, and even things like oil and paint. When that stuff gets into our water, it makes it dangerous for everyone. But here's the good news. This is where you get to be the hero. You can become a water guardian. And your mission is actually pretty simple. Things like turning off the tap when you're brushing your teeth, making sure trash goes in the bin, not down the drain. You can even do things like help collect rainwater. Seriously, every little bit helps in a huge way.
Whew, what an adventure, right? We have learned so much about our amazing water superhero. So let's do a super fast recap of all its powers. Okay, so what are water's superpowers? Number one, it's a shapeshifter. It can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Number two, it's a world traveler, always on the move in the water cycle. Number three, it's the ultimate mixer, dissolving all sorts of things. And maybe the most important power of all, it's a life giver. Every living thing needs it. That really says it all, doesn't it? Our mission is to protect our planet's most important superhero. It's not a job for just one person, it's a job for all of us, every single day. So I'm going to leave you with one last question. After all this, I want you to really think about it. What's one heroic thing, even a small one, that you're going to do for water today?